Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a really fascinating jumble of words.
Quite a collection, isn't it?
Yeah, things like imitation, mediocrity, greatness, style, fate, honor, praise, and passion.
It looks almost random at first glance.
It really does. But our mission, basically, is to see if we can, tease out some hidden connections here.
Find the pattern in the noise.
Exactly. And what strikes me right away is just the odd mix. You've got seemingly opposite ideas, like mediocrity right next to greatness. And then you throw in concepts like style, even fate. It's intriguing. Okay, let's jump in.
Well, the most obvious starting point, I think, is that core sentiment. It echoes in a few places.
You mean the one about flattery?
Right. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness.
Yeah. That really sets a tone, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It positions imitation as like a tribute.
But a tribute specifically from mediocrity, from a place of, well, lesser achievement.
It does make you wonder about the power dynamic implied there.
Definitely. And then it gets tweaked, doesn't it? You get these variations.
Like a imitation mediocrity honor clone is praise greatness, the fate crafty.
See, suddenly, honor, clone, and crafty are in the mix.
What do you make of clone? Does that suggest something beyond just flattery? Like zero originality?
It could. Moving from flattery to just, well, replication.
Right.
And honor appearing there is also interesting.
Is it some kind of warped respect, maybe?
Yeah.
Or something else?
It's ambiguous. And that's where it gets, like you said, interesting.
And building on that, we see mediocrity actually doing something.
Ah, yes. With mastering.
Right. Mediocrity, imitation, mastering of crafty facet the style praise to. And also, mediocrity, mastering, copycat the style imitation that is a fate to.
Mastering an imitation, that phrase itself is curious.
It is. It suggests a real skill, but applied to something that isn't original.
So is there value in that? In perfecting an imitation, or is it always kind of capped?
Second rate.
That's the question it raises, yeah. And then passion, fate, and style get woven in. Like in passion, fate, style, honor, imitation, sincerest form, admire the crafty.
It feels like it hints at a progression almost. Could passion maybe fuel a unique style?
Which then becomes the target of imitation, perhaps. And where does fate fit in? Is it driving this cycle?
Could be. And there's another one connecting style more to like inner authenticity.
Style to paying sincerest of facet mirror. Sincere that is mind. The mind comes in there.
And theory pops up too, alongside imitation.
Right, let's see. The sincere of mind, mirror, passion, style, mastering fate to facet that. Mind, passion, style, fate. All connected.
And also, is praise the theory any imitation crafty clone of Grant's facet too?
So imitation isn't necessarily mindless copying. That's what these suggest.
Yeah, maybe there's an intellectual angle, a theory, or like a conscious mindset behind the copying or adapting.
It adds another layer. And speaking of layers, crafty keeps showing up with imitation.
It does, doesn't it? We saw in imitation mediocrity honor clone is praise greatness, the fate crafty.
And again, in passion, fate, style, honor, imitation, sincerest form, admire the crafty.
So what does crafty add? Shrewdness. Maybe even manipulation.
It could imply that. It suggests imitation isn't always just simple admiration. There might be, a calculated element.
So stepping back, what's the big picture then? Because none of these are exactly straightforward sentences.
No, they're not. It feels less like a clear argument and more like fragments, snippets of thought about these big ideas.
Like puzzle pieces.
Exactly. It sort of prompts you, the listener, to try and connect the dots yourself.
Maybe the fragmented nature is the point, reflecting how messy these concepts actually are.
That's a strong possibility. The relationship between imitation, greatness, mediocrity, style, it is complex and not linear at all.
Okay, so summing up, we've explored this push and pull between imitation and greatness.
The potential roles of passion and maybe even fate in shaping creative style.
And just the sort of intriguing questions that arise from this very fragmented way of presenting these ideas.
Yeah, the crafty aspect, the idea of mastering imitation, the role of the mind. Lots to think about.
So thinking about all these different combinations, this word salad we've been digging through, what's the one idea or maybe the one question about imitation or about pursuing excellence that really sticks with you after looking at this?
That's a good closing thought. And what other surprising links might still be hiding in there that maybe we haven't even touched on yet? Something for everyone to mull over.